Dear friends, in the previous lecture we have seen oscillations. Today we will continue this chapter, that is the linear simple harmonic motion. Now we will see what is meant by the linear simple harmonic motion, or we can say that when we can say that the motion is a linear simple harmonic motion, what are the conditions, what are the criteria. We know that in case of a linear simple harmonic motion, the force or acceleration, they are directly proportional and opposite displacement. That is, they are directly proportional and opposite displacement. Now we know that the displacement is always measured from the mean position. Suppose that the particle is moving from A to B. Then we can say that A and B, these two are the extreme positions, and O is called as mean position. O is called as mean positions. That is in linear simple harmonic motion, particle moves to and fro along the same path. Path is a straight line. O is called as mean position. A and B, they are called as extreme positions. That is in case of a linear simple harmonic motion, the acceleration and the force, they are directly proportional displacement measured from the mean positions, and their directions are opposite. Or in one sentence we can say that in case of a linear simple harmonic motion, force or acceleration, they are directly proportional and opposite to each other. Now we have to see, or we have to obtain the equation of a linear simple harmonic motion. We know that we have to satisfy these conditions, so that mathematically we can write that F is equal to minus x. F is called as force, F is called as external force, x is called as displacement, and k is called as a force constant. K is called as a force constant, means it is a force per displacement. Force per unit displacement. According to Newton's second law of motion, we can write that force F is equal to ma. Force F is equal to ma, where m is called as mass, a is called as acceleration. Again, we know that x is the displacement. X is the displacement. Then we can write that the velocity v is equal to dx by dt. Velocity v is equal to dx by dt. Velocity means the rate of change of displacement. Again, we can write that the acceleration A is equal to dv by dt. A is equal to dv by dt. Rate of change of velocity. But velocity means dx by dt. So we can write that this acceleration A is equal to d by dt of dx by dt. So we can write that. it will become d square upon dt square. So we can write that F is equal to ma. M is acceleration. Acceleration means d square x upon dt square. So we can write that force equal to mass into acceleration, that is d square upon dt square. So we have two equations, that is F is equal to minus x and F is equal to m d square upon dt square. Now compare these two equations. That is m d square x upon dt square is equal to minus x. Just we are equating these two equations. F is equal to minus x and F is equal to m d square upon dt square. Now what we get? So we will see what happens. That is, from this equation we can write that m d square x upon dt square plus x. So we can write that m d square x upon dt square plus x equal to 0. Correct? This is called as second order differential equation. This is called as second order differential equation of a linear simple harmonic motion. Further we can write that d square x upon dt square plus k by mx equal to 0. K by mx equal to 0. Put k by m is equal to omega square. K by m is equal to omega square. Just we have seen that k is called as force constant, m is the mass, and omega is, it has a unit of acceleration, it has unit of frequency. So we can write that d square x upon dt square plus omega square x equal to 0. Now these are the different forms of linear simple harmonic motion. Equations of linear simple harmonic motions. That is m d square x upon dt square plus x equal to 0, or d square x upon dt square plus k by m is equal to 0, or d square x upon dt square plus omega square is equal to 0. These are the three equations. These equations are same. No doubt, these equations are same. They are called as equations of linear simple harmonic motions. These are the second order differential equations. Simply you can take the equation that is m d square x upon dt square. M d square x upon dt square plus k is equal to 0. This is called as the second order differential equation. Second order differential equation. Now again the problem arises to find out the velocity, acceleration and the displacement of the particle performing linear simple harmonic motion. So we will obtain the equations of displacement, velocity, acceleration of a particle performing linear simple harmonic motion. We will see step by step. Just see, we know that we have the equation of a linear simple harmonic motion. We have equation of a linear simple harmonic motion. We have equation of a linear simple harmonic motion. What is the equation? Yes, yourself. Yes, correct. M d square x upon dt square plus k is equal to 0. This is our second order differential equation of a linear simple harmonic motion. Further we can write that d square x upon dt square plus k by m x equal to 0. Again we can put k by m is equal to omega square. So it will become d square x upon dt square plus omega square is equal to 0. Omega square is equal to 0. But we know that what is meant by d square upon dt square? Just we have seen that acceleration is d square x upon dt square. So that for this term we can write acceleration. That it will become d square x upon dt square equal to minus omega square x. And we know that this term is called as acceleration. So we can write that acceleration is equal to minus omega square x. Acceleration is equal to minus omega square x. Now this is the equation for the acceleration in linear simple harmonic motion. Again the negation shows that the acceleration and the displacement. Acceleration and displacement they are opposite to each other. That's why there is a negative sign. That's why there is a negative sign. That is omega minus omega square x is called as acceleration. Now we have to write or we have to obtain the equation of velocity and displacement. Just see that is the acceleration. Just we know that the acceleration is equal to minus omega square x. Minus omega square x. That is we know that d square x upon dt square is called as acceleration. Is called as acceleration. Or acceleration means d square upon dt square. Means it is a d by dt of velocity. It is a d by dt of velocity. That is dv by dt is called as acceleration. dv by dt is called as acceleration. So we can write that it is equal to dv by dt. We can write that it is equal to dv by dt. Means acceleration is equal to d square upon dt square is equal to rate of change of velocity. Further we can write that it is equal to dv by dx into dx by dt. Just that there is no change in the equation. This if dx and dx gets cancelled, then the answer will remain dv by dt. But further we know that this dx upon dt, it is the rate of change of displacement. It is called as velocity. So further this can be written as v dv by dx. Just keep in mind that instead of this dx by dt, I have put v and remaining term of dv by dx is the same. So instead of acceleration we can write that v dv by dx. So our equation will become, this equation will become v dv by dx equal to minus omega square x is equal to minus omega square x. Further we can write that this v dv is equal to minus omega square x dx. v dv is equal to minus omega square x dx. Correct? Now differentiate this equation. V dv is equal to minus omega square x dx. Now I will integrate this equation. We will get that. Correct. That is v dv. Yes. v dv is equal to minus omega square x dx. Now just integrate this equation. What will you get? Just integrate this equation on both sides. What you will get that v integrate v dv. We know that we can write that the integration of x dx is x square upon 2. Similarly, we can write that integral v dt is equal to v square upon 2 is equal to minus omega square. Omega square is constant and integral x dx we can write that is equal to x square upon 2 plus c. What is c? C is called as a constant of integration. That is the equation that represents to our integration of this equation is v square upon 2 is equal to minus omega square x square upon 2 plus c. C is called as a constant of integration. Now we have to find out the value of this c. C is called as a constant of integration. And to find out the value of the constant of integration c, we have to again move towards the simple harmonic motion. That is, just we have considered that that is a and b. These are the extreme positions. And c is called as mean position. C is called as mean position. O is called as mean positions. The displacement of the particle from mean position toward the extreme, that is the maximum displacement, that is called as amplitude. Now in order to find out the value of c, we have to apply the boundary conditions. We know that when the particle reaches at point A and point P at extreme position, what happens? Velocity becomes 0. So we can write that v is equal to 0 when x equal to a. That is OA is equal to small a. OB is equal to small a. That is called as amplitude. That is called as maximum displacement. Just I am using the boundary conditions that when the particle is at extreme point A or at extreme point P, what it may be. At these points, velocity becomes 0. That is v is equal to 0 when x equal to a. Now put the values of v is equal to 0 and x equal to a in this equation. You will get that 0 is equal to minus omega square a square upon 2 plus c. Just I have put v is equal to 0 and x equal to a. Then this equation reduces to 0 is equal to omega square a square upon 2 plus c. And from this equation we can write that c is equal to omega square a square upon 2. Then just we got the value of c. Now put the value of c again in this equation. Then you will get that, or the equation will reduce to, that is v square upon 2 is equal to minus omega square x square upon 2 plus c. C is called as constant of integration, and we have calculated the value of c. C is equal to omega square a square upon 2. So it will become omega square a square upon 2. Now just simplify this equation. That is the 2 to get cancelled. This 2 to get cancelled. So we can write that v square equal to minus omega square x square plus a square. A square. Just a minute. That is v square equal to omega square bracket a square minus x square. Just I have rearranged this 2 to get cancelled. So we can write that v square equal to omega square bracket a square minus x square. But what is our interest? We want v. V means the velocity of the particle performing a linear simple harmonic motion. So what we have to do? Yes, we have to take the square root. Correct. So we can write that v is equal to plus minus omega root a square minus x square. Now this is the equation for the velocity. That is velocity will be positive or negative. If the particle is approaching towards the mean position, then the velocity increases. Then the velocity is equal to plus omega root a square minus x square. If the particle is moving away from the mean positions, then the velocity is equal to minus omega root a square minus x square. Just v is called as velocity, a is called as amplitude, x is called as displacement, and omega is called as angular velocity. Correct? Now the magnitude of the velocity is given by v is equal to omega root a square minus x square. This is called as the magnitude of velocity, or the velocity of the particle performing linear simple harmonic motion. Thus we got the equation of velocity v is equal to omega root a square minus x square. Just friends, we have seen that we have calculated the equation for the acceleration. Acceleration equal to minus omega square x. And we have the equation for the velocity. Velocity is equal to omega root a square minus x square. just we have obtained equation of acceleration, we have obtained equation of velocity. Now what is our aim? We have to find out the now equation for the displacement of the particle performing linear simple harmonic motion. Now just see, just we have equation of velocity, equation of velocity. What is the equation? That is v is equal to omega root a square minus x square. This is the equation for the velocity. But we know that velocity means rate of change of displacement. So v is equal to dx by dt. V is equal to dx by dt. So instead of this v, we can write dx by dt. Dx by dt is equal to omega root a square minus x square. We can simplify this. That is dx divided by root a square minus x square is equal to omega dt. Dx divided by root a square minus x square is equal to omega dt. Now again integrate this equation. Take the integration. Integrate the equation. Now just write this standard form. That is integration of dx divided by root a square minus x square is standard form. And its integration is yes, correct. It is equal to sine inverse of x upon a. That is the equation. Integration of this equation is sine inverse of x upon a is equal to omega is constant. Integration of dt is t plus alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is again called as a constant of integration. Whenever we can calculate the integration, then there is always a constant of integration. What it may be alpha, beta, gamma, what it may be. In this case equation, we have taken alpha as a constant of integration. We have taken alpha as a constant of integration. So now our equation will become x upon a. X upon a is equal to sine omega t plus alpha. X upon a is equal to sine omega t plus alpha. Further we can write that x equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. X is called as displacement, or we can say that x equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. It is called as general equation of displacement for a particle performing linear simple harmonic motion. That is x equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. X is the displacement time constant t. Correct? Alpha is called as a constant of integration. Alpha is called as constant of integration. It was called as initial phase. In the next lecture we will see what will happen. But just keep in mind that x equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. X is the displacement. A is called as amplitude. Omega is velocity. Omega is angular velocity, and alpha is called as initial phase. Correct? Now x equal to a sine omega t plus alpha is called as general equation of displacement for a particle performing linear simple harmonic motion. Now just friends, what we have seen? What we have seen? We have seen that the equation of a linear simple harmonic motion is m d square x upon dt square plus x equal to 0. Then the equation for the acceleration is equal to minus omega square x. Equation for the velocity v is equal to omega root a square minus x square. Equation for the velocity v is equal to omega root a square minus x square. And equation for the displacement x equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. X equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. This equation for the velocity. Correct? What we have seen? We have seen the equation for the differential equation for the linear simple harmonic motion. That equation is m d square upon dt square plus x equal to 0. Then we have calculated the acceleration, x is equal to minus omega square x. Then we have calculated the velocity, v is equal to omega root a square minus x square. And the general equation for the displacement is x equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. But friends, while doing the motion or while performing the simple harmonic motion, the particle may start its motion from any point. Just we have seen that suppose that our path, that is to and fro path is AB. O is called as unit positions and A and B are called as extra positions. Correct? Then when the particle is at a distance x from the mean positions. Particle is at a distance x from the mean positions. Then the equation for the displacement is x equal to a sin omega t plus alpha. Now suppose that the particle has started motion from the mean position, and we know that for the mean position, that is called as mean position. What happens? Displacement is 0 and time speed is equal to 0. Means particle starts motion from the mean position at equal to 0, x equal to 0. Put the values of x equal to 0 and equal to 0 in the equation x equal to a sin omega t plus alpha. What you will get? You will get that is 0 is equal to a sin 0 plus alpha. That is, you can write that 0 is equal to sin alpha. That is alpha is equal to 0, sin 0 0. So that sin alpha is equal to 0 means alpha is equal to 0. Now put alpha is equal to 0 in the equation. First we will get that x equal to a sin omega t plus 0 means x equal to a sin omega t. That is, if the equation of the displacement is x equal to a sin omega t, you can say that the particle has started motion from the mean positions. That is, particle starts from the O, it will move towards B or towards A, but he has to start motion from the pointer O. That is, if the equation is x equal to a sin omega t, we can say that the particle has started motion from the mean positions. That is, I will write that x equal to a sin omega t. Now suppose that particle starts motion from the x positions, that is from a point A or a point B. They are called as x positions. So we can write that for x positions, that is t is equal to 0 and x equal to a. T equal to 0 and x equal to a. T is equal to 0, x equal to a. The equation will become, that is a is equal to a sin 0 plus alpha. Then you can say that 1 is equal to 1 sin alpha. That is sin is equal to 1. Means theta is equal to pi by 2. Since we can write that alpha is equal to pi by 2. So put the value of alpha is equal to pi by 2 in this equation. It will become x equal to a sin omega t plus pi by 2. And we know that sin theta plus pi by 2 is called as cos theta. So the equation will become x equal to a sin, x equal to a cos omega t. It will become x equal to a cos omega t. That is, if the particle starts motion from the